On Thursday, House Democrats revealed that former President Donald Trump made millions of dollars from China, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and many other countries. Financial documents cited in their report found that while Trump was president, he pocketed $5.5 million in payments from China's embassy in the United States, a state-owned Chinese bank accused by the DOJ of helping North Korea evade sanctions, and a state-owned Chinese air transit company. Now, those accounting records come from Mazars USA, which is a company that used to do the Trump Organization's books. So they have records, they have receipts, they have financial documents, all of that. But of course, it's not going to matter because Sean Hannity is going to destroy all of that with a very powerful defense of the former president.
I think Democrats and the liberal media mob might have been able to accomplish something that I never thought possible. They have turned Donald Trump into a sympathetic figure. I think the American people, with a genuine sense of fairness, seriously, they see injustice when they see it, and they see one lie, one pile-on after another, and they kind of now have tuned it all out. Oh, well, Donald Trump did business with the communist Chinese. They stayed at his hotel in Washington. Oh, he's just like Hunter Biden. I'm like, no. Nice try, though.
You see that? Nice try, though. Oh, I love the fact that Democrats brought literal receipts, and Hannity is like, you know what? Bullshit. Moving on. Wait, what? Complete and utter hack. Look, what happened is Donald Trump didn't divest himself from his corporate assets and properties prior to taking office. Okay? That means that any profit that company made at all would end up in Trump's pocket. And that's how that works. Why do you think we had rules? Well, it's not really rules, right? But why do you think there was a precedent before Trump that anybody who got into office would divest? They would put their holdings into a blind trust, things like that. I mean, they even made Jimmy Carter give up his peanut farm back in the day so that you wouldn't have a conflict of interest. Trump said, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, no, I'm going to retain all of my holdings. I'm going to retain everything here, and I'm just going to let Eric run it, right? I mean, he'll run the day-to-day operations while I'm doing executive time, and it'll work out just fine. Well, no. No, it didn't. Because what he was doing is trying to stuff as much taxpayer money into his pocket. And in addition to the taxpayer money, also got money from foreign governments. Look, China rented space in Trump Tower, and look, it ended up being quite a decent chunk of income that Trump wouldn't want to lose, okay? And so, might he do some favors for China to keep that money rolling in? Well, if he did, that's influence peddling. Is there any evidence of that? Yes. Yes, there is. In 2016, the Justice Department had accused the Chinese state-owned bank that was in Trump Tower of conspiring with a North Korean bank to evade U.S. sanctions. So, look, North Korea, nuclear program, Rocket Man, okay, evading those sanctions, right, with some Chinese help. Boy, that's a serious issue, right? We got to come down on the Chinese. Now, this bank, however, upon taking office, Trump was getting a lot of pressure from Republicans to sanction that bank, you know? Republicans were arguing, hey, we need to apply maximum financial and diplomatic pressure by targeting these Chinese banks that do business with North Korea in order, you know, and we put that pressure on them so that they stop helping North Korea. What did Trump do? He said, no, let's not. I trust Xi. He's a good guy. The Chinese, very, very good people. I'm just not going to, let's not go after them, okay? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, the report also notes that many of these countries actually spend often lavishly on apartments and hotel stays at Trump's properties. That's not an accident. It was there to personally enrich the president while he made foreign policy decisions connected to their policy agendas with far-reaching ramifications for the United States, says the report. One example is the Saudi arms sales. Yeah. And of course, the $2 billion investment that Saudi Arabia made after the fact. So because they were getting those arms deals, of which, of course, they would use U.S. weapons to target Houthi rebels and starve people in Yemen. So massive humanitarian disaster in Yemen that Trump was just like, ooh, we're going to send more weapons to Saudis and use it against them. Okay. So, oh, and by the way, yeah, the murder of a Washington Post journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, Trump didn't care whatsoever because he was getting money from the Saudis. Look, the way to prevent this conflict of interest, this influence peddling, is to have elected officials divest from their businesses. You cannot serve two masters, okay? You're supposed to, as president, as an elected official, supposed to serve the people, not yourself. Which is why I'm against, families that are in politics having stocks. I think we should ban congressional stock trades. It seems like it would be a conflict of interest since you're, the decisions that you make will have an ultimate effect on your stock market portfolios. So that is corruption. Now, when it comes to foreign money, of course, coming from these countries, going through real estate, going through Trump's properties, for example, and flowing right to his pocket as he's making these difficult, these diplomatic decisions, foreign policy decisions. That is influence peddling. That is corruption. That is a big problem here. Okay? And for conservative media to suddenly ignore it, I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. But it actually gets worse because I've got some video here of a little bit of hypocrisy. Take a look.
I cannot for the life of me, imagine what the media and how the country and the left in this country would be reacting if Donald Trump and the Trump organization and the Trump family were making tens of millions of dollars from our top geopolitical foes like China and Russia. I can't imagine the left in this country not going insane.
We have a compromised president. China gives him millions of dollars. If he's given Biden millions of dollars, he's compromised. Now, that's only the stuff they found. There's a lot of other things, and there'll be some things that you never find, but there's a lot of other things. So he's getting millions of dollars illegally from China.
If Donald Trump Jr. took $1.5 from China, not $1.5 billion, Sean, just $1.5, we'd solve the fake news media problem because their heads would explode and there would be none of them left.
Oh, a compromised president, right? Oh, can you believe it? Taking money from China. Interesting. Whoopsie. Now, of course, Sean Hannity, you heard it before. Oh, you see how the left would respond. Yeah, well, we're responding by reporting it and saying that, hey, look at that. Trump actually did take money from foreign governments, made profit off of them, and seems to have a big influence peddling scheme that happened while he was president. And so it's actually worse than what they alleged Joe Biden have done without evidence. Joe Biden, during the time that he was getting these so-called foreign payments, either he was vice president or the time in between when he didn't have political office. And so they make these wild accusations, right, about Biden using his son Hunter to funnel money, from China as part of this sophisticated influence peddling scheme. And yet Republicans, they can't prove it. They have control of the House and can't seem to present any concrete evidence of that. Okay? They can't. The stuff they have is, Joe Biden loaned, his son money to pay his car payment for a couple of months, and then Hunter Biden paid it back. Oh my God, he paid it back. Ah! What? No, again, this is not evidence of influence peddling. Whereas, when it comes to Trump, now you have clear evidence. You have the receipts that Trump got foreign money and made decisions based on that. But the same people that were going nuts over the Hunter Biden stuff completely dismiss this. Nice try, libs. No, here's the thing, though. When Republicans took over the House in 2023, James Comer became aware of this investigation. And what did he do? He immediately shut it down. Stopped taking new evidence. Oh, no, we're not going to deal with that. No, we're not going to take any new evidence of this or investigate Trump getting foreign money. No. We're going to investigate Joe Biden getting foreign money. And as I said before, they don't have any evidence of it at all. Nothing that proves without a shadow of a doubt that he got foreign bribes from the Chinese Communist Party, and then, as a result of getting those bribes, did policy to help China. Again, there's no evidence of that at all. But understand who these people are. They're attacking a president with no evidence of a crime just for political reasons while protecting a former president who did worse than the thing that they're accusing Biden of.